This is the Qtv Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. Officials of the Gambia University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, led by Higher Education Minister Professor Pierre Gomez, Tuesday met President Adama Barrow at the State House to brief him on the institution's second convocation ceremony. The Gambia Revenue Authority today conducted a sensitization seminar for representatives of government ministries, departments and agencies on the upcoming integrated or integration tax administration system. And delegates from the ECOWAS Commission and representatives of member states have converged in Banjul for a series of interrelated thematic meetings aimed at advancing regional integration and strengthening the implementation of key ECOWAS policies. And in international news, the Gambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Day to combat desertification and drought. And of course, in sports news, we gauge the views before and after the France versus Senegal World Cup match. As far as those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, officials of the Gambia University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, led by Higher Education Minister Professor Pierre Gomez, Tuesday met President Adama Barrow at the State House to brief him on the institution's second convocation ceremony scheduled for Saturday, the 20th of June. Aliou Cisse reports.
The president, who serves as Chancellor of the university, was updated on activities leading to the graduation ceremony set for Saturday at the USET's Brikama campus, where more than 950 students will graduate, including the country's second cohort of homegrown engineers. The university, established under President Barrow's administration, is helping to produce skilled professionals needed for national development, especially in the field of engineering. A convocation lecture will precede the graduation ceremony on Thursday. It will be delivered by the UNDP resident representative in the Gambia under the theme Youth, the Oil for Innovation and Impact. Ibrahim Acham is the Vice Chairman, USET Governing Council.
As I said, USET is one of the legacies of His Excellency the President. It is through his efforts that this university was created. And also, some of you might remember that it was last year that His Excellency the President inaugurated a brand new campus at Brikama.
36 graduates from the College of Science and Engineering will receive degrees in civil engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, and mechanical engineering. The Institute of Technology will account for 668 graduates, while the Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship will produce 247 graduates. Professor Nasmat Surajuddin Baginde, Vice Chancellor of the USET, disclosed plans to expand academic offerings, including the introduction of additional engineering discipline and postgraduate programs in the future.
So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate His Excellency President Adama Barrow for the support he has given to USET, because he has taken USET as his baby, and we are working hard to ensure that we do not let him down.
Saturday's convocation is expected to celebrate not only academic achievement, but also the Gambia's growing investment in technical skills, innovation and engineering education. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, the Gambia Revenue Authority today conducted a sensitization seminar for representatives of government ministries, departments and agencies on the upcoming integration tax administration system, also known as ITAS. Here is Aliou Cisse again.
The new system, supported by the World Bank, is expected to transform the way taxes are paid and administered in the Gambia. ITAS will automate key tax processes, including taxpayer registration, filing and payment, with the aim of improving transparency, efficiency and convenience. ITAS project manager Samba Sala said the system is currently being developed ahead of rollout, and emphasized the importance of stakeholder engagement in the process.
The purpose of the ITAS is to simplify the tax administration process and also to help taxpayers comply easily with their tax obligations. We have a current system. We have a system currently that we are using, but that system is not as sophisticated as we would want. All tax administration in different countries are now moving into a digitalized systems that is tax administration and tax compliance for stakeholders.
He noted that the success of the system will depend on collaboration and stakeholder ownership, making consultations such as this one.
The purpose of the sensitization is not only to inform you of the upcoming ITAs, but also to get your input, because we want this to be a system that works for all of us, not only GRA, but for taxpayers, for GRA, and for all institutions that interact with the tax system.
Representing Commissioner General Yankuba Dabo, Director of Internal Audit at the Gambia Revenue Authority, John S.L. Gomez, acknowledged the important role of government institutions in strengthening domestic revenue mobilization, while highlighting the authority's ongoing reform agenda.
For many years, the Gambia Revenue Authority has been on a journey of transformation, a journey to modernize our tax and custom processes, to enhance efficiency, and to foster a culture of voluntary tax compliance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we acknowledge the pivotal role that you play in the economic development of the Gambia. As our key stakeholder, you require a greater awareness of not only the existing tax law, but also the instrument and technologies.
The outcomes of the training are expected to enhance participants' understanding of the system and encourage their support once the system is operational. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Delegates from the ECOWAS Commission and representative of member states have converged in Banjul for a series of interrelated thematic meetings aimed at advancing regional integration and strengthening the implementation of key ECOWAS policies. Yafatu Gay attended, and this is her report.
The meetings, taking place from June 15th to 19th, 2026, are providing a platform for the Commission and national stakeholders to review policy implementation, identify operational gaps, and agree on practical measures to strengthen regional integration across West Africa. According to ECOWAS officials, the engagements form part of ongoing efforts to deepen economic integration, improve trade facilitation, support agricultural transformation, strengthen sectoral governance, and promote cross-border development among member states. Dr. Janet Edeme, Head of Division for Agriculture at the African Union Commission's Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy, and Sustainable Environment, underscored the need for agricultural transformation through increased productivity, modern farming techniques, and stronger regional cooperation to enhance food security and economic growth.
This meeting comes at a very critical moment for the agricultural transformation agenda of our continent, at a time when the Kadeb Kampala is being domesticated and implementation opportunities prioritized and investments being made at the continental, regional, and national levels.
Participants are also reviewing the Africa Trade Competitiveness and Market Access Program, which seeks to improve the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises, expand export opportunities, and enhance access to international markets. Cross-border cooperation remains a key focus of the discussions. ECOWAS country representative, Her Excellency Miata Lily French, emphasized the importance of collaboration between neighboring countries and broader communities in promoting sustainable development and strengthening regional integration.
The Gambia is a living demonstration of why cross-border cooperation, free movement, and regional trade matter. The proximity of our communities, the interdependence of our markets, and the mobility of our people across this sub-region make the ECOWAS agenda not an abstraction here, but a daily reality.
Permanent Secretary Lamin Camara of the Gambia's Ministry of Trade reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting regional trade and private sector development. Meanwhile, Abdoulaye Sanyang, the Minister of Interior, in his keynote address, called for stronger regional cooperation to address migration challenges and the growing impact of climate change.
For the Gambia, a vibrant and competitive private sector remains central to our development agenda. We remain committed to working with ECOWAS and our partners to unlock opportunities for businesses, attract investment, promote industrial growth, and create decent employment opportunities for our citizens.
The Gambia remains firmly committed to this vision through the implementation of our national migration strategy and border migration governance reforms.
The initiatives are aligned with the ECOWAS Vision 2050 framework and the bloc's broader objective of building a more inclusive, resilient and integrated regional common market. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatu Gay.
The report there will take us for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national, international as well as sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned. Welcome back, and this is QTV News, and I am Jul Denjai. Here are the rest of tonight's stories. As the seminar on governance for political party cadres of Gambia in China concluded, Loli M. Camara captured the views of female delegates on the topic of women's political participation. Here is her report.
The session was led by representatives from the Institute of Women's Studies and the All China Women's Federation. The presentation provided a comprehensive overview of China's framework for women's development, emphasizing the institutional mechanisms and safeguards designed to promote and strengthen women's participation in political life. Women's political participation is widely recognized as essential to ensuring that policies and decision-making processes reflect the experiences, perspectives, and interests of both women and men. Greater representation of women in political institutions can have a significant impact on legislation, social welfare programs, education, healthcare, and broader community development. Madam Lee highlighted the proactive measures implemented by China to advance women's political participation. These include the establishment of women's councils across both urban and rural communities, which serves as important platforms for women to participate in grassroots consultation, decision-making, and community governance. Despite constituting more than half of the Gambia's population, women continue to be underrepresented in formal political institutions, including the National Assembly, local councils, and political party leadership structures. Dikoba, Adama Kande, and Fatou Diba shared their perspectives on the state of women's political representation in the Gambia.
ñëw nañ fi China jóge Gambia liñ fi uti mooy jàng li China si li
We have learned a lot from our visit, and hopefully we will do our best to educate our fellow members about what we have been taught. I have seen how women are respected and empowered, and the importance they give to grassroots women politicians. Additionally, I have realized to become a politician, you must be educated, which is very different from back home. I would like to thank God and President Barrow for giving us this opportunity to come here and study China's approach to politics. Since our arrival, we have seen many things. From my perspective, the situation here is quite different from what we experience back home. I am very inspired by what I see and so eager to share with my constituents when we return home. I am very grateful for this opportunity. A lot has been covered. Yes, a lot has been done to support us as women and for the young women. But I will still appeal to the government through His Excellency President Adama Barrow to increase the support for young women in areas such as skills, entrepreneurship, and formal education employment.
Delegates acknowledged that while the Gambia has made significant progress in democratization and political participation, a number of challenges persist. They noted the need for continued efforts to strengthen inclusive governance, enhance representation, and expand opportunities for meaningful civic engagement. For QTV News, Lolem Kamara.
Up next, we have international news stories. The Gambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought, an annual observance held on June 17 to raise awareness about the growing threats of land degradation and drought. Jacqueline Coley tells us more.
This year's theme, Rangelands, Recognize, Respect, Restore, highlights the importance of rangelands in supporting food security, climate resilience, biodiversity, and the livelihoods of billions of people across the globe. Rangelands are vast open landscapes covered by native vegetation, and it covers more than half of the Earth's land surface and are vital to farming and livestock production. However, experts warn that up to half of these landscapes are degraded or at risk, threatening ecosystems and the communities that depend on them. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres spoke about the condition of rangelands across the globe.
Yet up to 50% of the world's rangelands are now degraded or at risk. These conditions threaten the global food system, harm local livelihoods, reduce biodiversity, and increase greenhouse gas emissions.
Mr. Guterres has renewed calls for combating soil degradation and drought, calling for respect and restoration.
On this World Day of Combat Desertification and Drought, we are issuing an urgent call to recognize and respect the world's rangelands. This means investing in restoration, especially water security, empowering rural communities through sustainable employment, and forging solutions across borders through international cooperation.
For the Gambia, where agriculture and livestock remain key pillars of the economy, the observance serves as a reminder of the need to protect and restore land resources through sustainable farming, responsible grazing practices, and environmental conservation.
To protect our future, we must protect the land. Together, let us ensure that rangelands everywhere thrive for generations to come.
The global campaign calls on governments, communities, and development partners to recognize the value of rangelands, respect the people who have traditionally managed them, and invest in efforts to restore degraded land for future generations. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jacqueline Goli.
Next up, we have sports news. As the 2026 World Cup continues, more African teams are taking on the field. In this report of West Africa, the Gambia has its two nearest neighbors, Senegal and Cape Verde, represented. Football fans turned up in large numbers outside the QCell building on Caraba Avenue to take in the live action of the highly anticipated game between France and Senegal, with the fans created a lively atmosphere. Seynabou Chow was on the ground, and this is her report.
Given our linguistic, cultural and other ties with Senegal, for many people, this was the match they had been waiting for. Senegal famously won the game 1-0. 24 years later, here they were meeting again in their opening match. This year's game will go on to deliver tension, highs and lows for watching fans. The viewing area attracted a diverse crowd with supporters of all ages and backgrounds reacting passionately to every attack, save and missed opportunity. Here are some fans expressing confidence in Senegal's chances ahead of the game.
Anything can happen because it's football, but we are supporting Senegal.
waaye tey match Sénégal Everyone was looking forward to the match between Senegal and France, and the tension was high. Senegal wanted history to repeat itself, while France was determined to prevent that from happening.
My prediction for the game is that it won't be easy. I am expecting a draw.
Throughout the game, the atmosphere was shifted between hope and frustration. However, reactions among some Gambians were clearly mixed. Many stood firmly behind Senegal as neighboring country, some supported France, while others were more neutral. Here is Ibrahim Akimpelo, who praised Senegal's fight spirit and determination throughout the game, despite the result.
As you are talking about reaction of today's match, it was a very explosive encounter. Senegal, they really play very well, but the better side won the game, the France. So it's a very interesting game. I support Senegal.
Haruna Job and Ablai Sise also shared their reactions.
I was supporting Senegal. The game went well, and both teams played well. However, I felt the referee was not fair because he ignored many fouls.
Coach made a horrible mistake.
The coach made a mistake by leaving many stars behind. Senegal spent most of the game defending and did not attack enough.
What an interesting game we've witnessed today between Senegal and France. Fans have been sharing their reaction, praising Senegal's fighting spirit and determination, and looking forward to the next game. Congratulations to the winning team, France, and hard luck to Senegal.
Despite the disappointment among some fans, the gathering was peaceful, with some supporters appreciating the opportunity to watch the game on a big screen provided by QCell and given recent electricity supply issues. Some said they were unsure of the electric supply at their houses. Fans can look forward to more exciting live games on the QCell-sponsored big screen. Reporting for QTV News, I am Sainabu Chow.
Now, the Gambia Taekwondo Association hosted the second edition of their national championship, bringing together martial artists, coaches, officials, and spectators across the country at the YMCA on Saturday. Our sports reporter Momodo Gajaga was there, and he now reports.
Martial artists showing incredible endurance, skills, determination, resilience, and sheer discipline as they compete in the second edition of the National Taekwondo Championship. This year's championship comes with a special significance as it honored the memory of Bakeba Suso, a former president of the Gambia Taekwondo Association, who passed away recently. It was under his leadership that the Gambia was officially recognized as an affiliate of the World Taekwondo Association. This is how current president Baba Sarr remembered him.
Actually, Bakeba have done a very great job, and then this event we organize it in such a manner that we remember him, and his legacy will be remembered forever because he has done all that he has done for Taekwondo, and he moved the Taekwondo to another level. So the onus is now on us to make sure we at least elevate it to another level.
Taekwondo is a steadily growing sport in the Gambia, despite funding challenges faced while trying to compete in both domestic and international competitions. In April of this year, some of these athletes proved why Taekwondo needs more support, with an incredible achievement in winning 3 bronze medals at the Chase Open National Championship in Senegal. At this event, high-quality competition between athletes was in abundance. Salum Sarr and Lamin Diouf, who won their categories, shared their thoughts.
I am happy to win in my category. I felt so joyful when the crowd was celebrating my victory. I was, because I was physically and technically good. I worked so hard for this victory. I had believed in my ability to compete. I eventually won, and I am happy.
Philip Mendy, Secretary General of the Gambia Taekwondo Association, spoke about the struggles they faced as an association and called for greater support.
We need support. We need support because this is one of the things that we are lacking. As you can see, without the GNOC, things would have been possible. They have been of great help. They supported us, sponsored us at least to have this competition today. And I'm urging on all stakeholders and individuals to come up and support the sports. People focus more on football. Yes, it is one of the popular games, but we also have to give priority to other sports as well, so that we push, because you can never know where an individual can be talented. Not everybody is good in football.
In all, 9 clubs participated, representing Abuko, Bundung, Nyamina, Fas, Brikama, Fajikunda, Kairaba, Kanifing, and Tabokoto. And 92 out of the 95 registered athletes competed, as well as individual medals. Awards were also given to clubs for best club, best athletes, and most discipline. The late president's vision was to unify Gambian Taekwondo and build momentum towards international competition. With this second edition championship, the athletes are carrying that vision forward. Mumudu Gajaga, QTV News.
The report there by Momodo Gajaga brings us to this news bulletin, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Officials of the Gambia University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, led by Higher Education Minister Professor Pierre Gomez, Tuesday met President Adama Barrow at the State House in Banjul to brief him on the institution's second convocation ceremony. The Gambia Revenue Authority today conducted a sensitization seminar for representatives of government ministries, departments and agencies on the upcoming Integration Tax Administration System. Delegates from the ECOWAS Commission and representatives of member states have converged in Banjul for a series of interrelated thematic meetings aimed at advancing regional integration and strengthening the implementation of key ECOWAS policies. And in international news, the Gambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Day to combat desertification and drought. And in sports news, we gauge the views before and after the France versus Senegal World Cup match. As fans follow, this is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another News Bulletin. Until then, bye from us and enjoy the rest of our programs.